What's going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with another video. Today we are doing episode 15 of the Junk Silver series. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so this is episode 15 of the Junk Silver series. I'm just going to let you know this is the 15th and the final episode of the Junk Silver series. It's been a lot of fun doing this series, and I've got a video coming out tomorrow that talks a little bit more about the future of the channel and things like that, so make sure you check that out. But let's get into this. So, today we've got our 40% John F. Kennedy halves. Now that's key, because there was only 1 year of the 90% John F. Kennedy halves, which I already made a video about that in this series. But today we're going to be talking about the 40%. So, yeah. So basically, in the 1960s, the government decided to take silver out of coinage that was used for circulation. And they did this because of the rising price of silver. And so what happened was quarters no longer had silver, dimes no longer had silver, but they decided to keep a little bit of silver in the half dollars that were being made because silver hadn't quite reached the point where it was not cost ineffective to continue adding a little bit of silver. And so they continued adding it into the half dollars all the way up until 1970. So if you find a Kennedy half dollar that has a date of 1965 to 1970, it is made out of 40% silver. And so you can tell these are not in perfect condition. These are just a part of my junk stack. The conditions vary a lot. I picked these up from APMEX, actually kind of just for this series. This was one junk part of my stack that I did not have prior to starting this series, so I picked it up, and I also just kind of wanted to add a little bit of this to my stack. I don't know why, but it was low premium at the time when premiums were really high, so I picked it up. And I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I added it to my stack, just to kind of give my stack even more variety than it already had. But as you can see, all these coins are dated 1965 to 1970. There's a 67. But yeah, these are a great thing to add to your stack if you were thinking about diversifying your junk stack, because they can be usually found at very low and very reasonable premiums. And so because of that, you can add them without breaking the bank. And they're just fun to have. You know, they are half dollars. So they're going to be similar to the other half dollars you have in your stack. And they're going to be a lower cost effective. If you're trying to keep premiums low and your overall stack cost low, these are a great way to increase your weight without breaking the bank. Now, another good thing about these 40%ers is that because they have less silver content, that makes them worth less money in regards to their silver content. And so they're easier to just kind of move. A lot of people have trouble moving them because a lot of people don't want 40% in their stack because they think, oh, you know, 90% is where it's at. I get that. I understand that. But I also think that these should be looked at more in the sense of an even more fractional, if that makes sense. Like this roll of half dollars cost me about 50 bucks. That's not bad at all for an entire roll. And so if I ever need that 50 bucks back, I could probably get it back pretty easily without any trouble. So yeah, guys, if you were thinking about adding 40%ers to your stack, I suggest picking some up. I mean, it can't hurt anything. They are silver. They do have silver content in them. They're not as much as the 90% silver, but they are also cost effective, and everybody's budget is really different. And not only is everyone's budget different, but everyone's budget is different at different times as well, you know? Say you have an extra 50 bucks to throw at precious metals, right? You could just get like half of a roll of 90%ers. But if you're like me, you like having full tubes and you like having full rolls of each, you know, denomination and each like series kind of thing, like a full roll of Merc dimes or a full roll of Washington quarters. You know, you don't like having empty rolls. Now, maybe you just throw all your junk in a bag, and that's cool too if you do that. I'm not hating the people that just kind of throw their junk in a pile, but at the same time, say you have an extra 50 bucks you can throw at PMs. You can get a whole roll of these for around that amount. And so that's one thing that I think is good about these, is you can get a decent size amount to add to your stack, especially if you're starting out or just trying to grow it a little bit, but money's tight. You can get these at pretty much the lowest premium of any silver content that you're going to find. You know, if you get from a private individual, you might even get a little bit below spot. You know, if you get from like one of the dealers or stuff, usually they just try to move these things at spot. You know, whereas 90% is going to have a little bit of premium. Not bad usually, but a little bit. But yeah, guys, this is my review of the 40% JFK half dollar. This is my final episode of the Junk Silver series. It's been a whole lot of fun kind of showing y'all my junk stack and just kind of talking about each different piece and series and denomination and everything and its silver content. So until next time, guys, we will see ya.